First of the group, 2 races today, the Club Lifestyle Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies. Legally Bay for John Hawkes at $5. Dilly Dally Short, $2.40, that's 11 to 8. Bella Corona, 21. Crown Princess, 23. Harley Mar for Lee Freedman at 6. Carlton Spirit, $15. Carly, another of the Freedmans at 28. Slice of Paradise at $9.60. And a bit of knowledge, 32. Northern Rose at 55. And Quite Astute at $21.80. Ken, Dilly Dally's pretty short on the toe. What about with the books?
Yeah, she's favourite with the books, Bruce, but I think Sydney Puntles will rally the number 1 Legally Bay, a last start winner at Randwick, trained by Johnny Hawkes, and the Gouch in the saddle. Legally Bay at $3.50, $3.30 Dilly Dally is just favourite here with bookies. Bella Corona, another Sydney filly, good odds, I think, $8, better on the tote. Crown Princess, $18. Harley Mar, $5.50. She might get out just a touch. Carlton Spirit, $15. A Carly, $20. Slice of Paradise at $6. Bit of Knowledge at $20. Northern Rose at $20. And Quite Astute, I've got to say that slowly, Quite Astute at $18.
Did it well, Ken, and you're tipping pretty well too. You're going for Harley Mar along with Peter and Dr. Turf going for Dilly Dally. This race over 1,200 metres, so a third start here. We've had the 1,600, the 1,000, the 1,200. The barriers important here?
I think they're important in the respect that you must always win the kick over the 1,200 and the 1,000 at the Valley. Very important, Bruce. So Dilly Dally, she's drawn a beautiful gate. Legally Bay, she's my pick in the race. I think she's the best filly in the race. She was heavily back last start. She'll follow Dilly Dally everywhere, and, well, the Gouch will just peel off and go crack at the top of the straight, I think.
You'll appreciate this next story. It's all about a man here at Moonee Valley who's got more than one job to do today.
In Melbourne yesterday, the Connections of Fields of Omar had a strategy meeting. The part owners and the jockey Stephen King sat around and they worked out a plan. Here, high above the grandstand, is our broadcaster, Brian Martin, who also happens to be a part owner of Fields of Omar. Now, Brian, what is the strategy?
We had a good meeting with Steve King and the principal owners and Tony McAvoy yesterday.
The plan, Brian, the plan.
The plan, yeah, well, there's plan A and plan B. We probably want to be up running about 4th, maybe outside the 5, behind the 2 litres per acre and Shower of Roses. That's if the start Lonhro goes back. If Lonhro goes forward, we're probably going to be a length off behind Lonhro.
Now, if the circumstances change in the race, Brian, will you be shouting plan A or plan B?
I'll be shouting anything that looks applicable at the time if Omar's going to be joining in and being there at the finish.
Now, if Omar happens to win the Cox Plate, what will be faster? His sectionals or your trip down to the winner's enclosure?
Oh, clearly mine will be a track record. We thought about a flying fox, but this might be the star jump to end all star jumps.
Seriously, you're nervous, Brian?
A little bit, Toey. Probably more nervous last year going into the Caulfield Cup, but just a great celebration to be in the race for the 2nd year. Pretty hard to believe that.
Brian Martin, good calling.
Thank you.
Neil Kearney there, so he must give it a chance if he's a bit nervous, Brian Martin. Looking forward to his call. What a colourful time. As we go to the mounting yard for this, the Club Lifestyle Stakes Group 2, 150,000. Legally Bay is Simon Marshall's tip, no doubt about that. Last start one in the Crowley. Her only unplaced run of this distance was 5th in the Golden Slipper. She is a classy filly, no doubt about that.
Yes, very well back last start when she won at Randwick, Bruce. She's got some terrific form behind Regimental Gal, Shamika, and look, she's my pick from barrier 4, Darren Gouchy.
2 Dilly Dally. Now, Dilly Dally had great form early in the spring, won the Crockett at this track, 3rd in the Ascot Vale, and then after not getting the 1,400, taken home to Leon McDonald's stable and freshened up.
She's a punter's pal. She's got the tongue tie on today, Bruce, which is going to help her. She obviously choked down there last start, and Danny Nikolic knows her very well. From barrier 6, she'll get a gun run. I think Legally Bay will follow her into the race, though.
Bella Corona, number 3. It's had 4 starts against Legally Bay and hasn't beaten Legally Bay home as yet, but 4th in the Crowley was a terrific run. Did win the Mackay in the autumn where she beat Shamika, so that form's pretty good.
Look, she's a lovely type. She's coming to the Valley for the first time. Barrier 3, Darren Beedman. Just got to watch her. I'd just like her to get off the fence, actually. I don't think the fence is 100% today, Bruce, personally.
Lee Freedman's got 3 runners in this race. Harley Mar's one of them. Big finish in the Thoroughbred Club, coming back from the 1,600 in Adelaide where she won the Lindsay Park Guineas.
She'll handle this track. She likes to sting out of the track, this one. Barrier 1, Karen McAvoy, should be hard to beat. Freshened.
And another one of the fancy runners is number 8, Slice of Paradise. Again, Lee Freedman, Noel Callow Then secondly, hinting at Flemington, 3 starts back, is a Moonee Valley 1,200 metre winner in May. Didn't really fire up in the Edward Manifold, so she's coming back in distance.
She'll get back, she'll balance up, tongue-tied, blinkers on for the first time, big gear changes for this one. She'll get back and hit the line hard in the Freddie Kruger colours.
So they're 5 of the big chances in this, the Club Lifestyle Stakes, as the fillies are about to lead the mounting up. Peter Doningham's gone Harley Ma. Dr. Turf, who will join us shortly on the telecast, Dilly Dally, and Ken Callender going for Harley Ma there. So we'll take a break and we'll be back with the horses at the barrier for race 3 today. A bit of odds for Pat Hyland.
Oh, it was a wonderful result too. Uncle Pat there, he just started training. It was his first group runner, and she was 20 to 1. She wobbled around the bend like saintly, but old Marshall sat down, picked it up and carried it over the line, won by a short half head, Bruce. And we partied well that night, but he still told me I could have done better. No doubt about you, Patrick, if you're watching. We did learn something from the day, but it was terrific.
I'm sure he is. Now, good money and big money for Legally Babe. Ken Callender suggested there would be. The Sydney punters would come, and it's 3.60. So that's about 5 to 2 in the old language. $3.60. Dilly Dally still the favourite at $3. Lee Freedman with the 3 horses here. So what's the key here in the run to the first turn, Simon, for the favourite horses?
Look, Bruce, I just think everybody wants to balance up. And in my opinion, the boys have watched the first 2 races. They'll see how the track's racing. In my opinion, watching the first 2 races, the fence is off. So watch them just to stay off the paint, and especially along the school there, as long as they're balanced going into that first bend and relaxed, they've got to be very careful when they get along to the 600-metre school here. With just the give out of this track, races like it's got a little bit of give out of it, you've got to pop at the 500. If horses that go up to 600 normally hit a brick wall here.
John Letts behind the stalls. John, how does Dilly Dally? He's just come back from Adelaide and Legally Bay having a first start outside Sydney look.
Actually, Bruce, they both look very, very well. Legally Bay looks terrific, very relaxed horse, as we just seen in race 2 with the top weight. He looked very relaxed. This horse is very similar, very relaxed. Darren Gouch to the right. Sue Dilly Dally looked well as well. She's very relaxed, filly.
So just about set. Let's join Sports 927, Brian Martin.
Yeah, Slice of Paradise. Slice of Paradise coming along. Slice of Paradise going up, and they're ready now. Racing, lifted a beautiful line too. Quite Astute was going back after the start with Northern Rose, and Carlton Spirit bounced quickly with Legally Bay. Bella Corona getting up on the inside of the Carly, 4th early from Dilly Dally. Crown Princess deep from Harley Mar, a length and a half. Quite Astute, Northern Rose. Bit of Knowledge and Slice of Paradise. Carlton Spirit going freely at the 800 turn, led 2.5 to Legally Bay. Was quickly up running second when they come off the back. A length further back, then Bella Corona third, 1 to Dilly Dally 4th, and a Carly 5th out deep. Then Crown Princess from Harley Mar back on the inside. They're 2.5 further back then to Northern Rose. Bit of Knowledge, Quite Astute, Hard Ridden, and Slice of Paradise last of all. Carlton Spirit a neck in front of Legally Bay. Dilly Dally going up on the outside third. Then Bella Corona 4th, followed by Harley Mar. A Carly further back from Crown Princess, then to the outside. Bit of Knowledge and a fair way back. Slice of Paradise and Quite Astute. Dilly Dally travelling beautifully has loomed up to Carlton Spirit. Legally Bay is struggling further back, Bella Corona, but she opens up Dilly Dally at the 180-metre mark, and away she goes. She shoots 3 in front now from Carlton Spirit, Legally Bay, Bella Corona. It's all over. It's easy work for Dilly Dally. Home by 2.5 for the run home. Second is Bella Corona ahead, Legally Bay third. Then Northern Rose running on well late from Carlton Spirit. Further back then Crown Princess, Slice of Paradise, Harley Mar. A gap bit of Knowledge, Quite Astute, and last of all the Carly.
Never going to lose, really. Gee, always had Legally Bay covered to Dilly Dally. And it's 2, 3 and 1, 3.31, 43, 10 and $1.60. But always travelling like a winner, Dilly Dally in the run. On the turn, if you'd backed her, well, you would have been absolutely delighted because she's just about to put a space in them. But I'll just show you Legally Bay because she was the other one in the marker. But this was impressive, Dilly Dally. She'd run very well in the Ascot Vale against the Colts, and won here before that in the Crocker. Then probably didn't get the 1400 at Caulfield. They took her home to Adelaide, fresh and right, and it set her for this race.
Yeah, very good win, very authority win. Legally Bay's a bit of a mystery, Bruce. She jumped, won the kick, travelled extremely well, wobbled on the point of the bend, was gone. And she's fought back and run third. But all credit to the Leon McDonald stable here. They've done a fantastic job here. Daddy Nikolic just sat 4th and 5th. and loomed up them on the turn, was never going to get beat. Hands and Hills never produced a shillelagh. Good win.
Well, Danny Nicholas is going to feature in our program later today. It's a real special when he takes a horse around the track, really making out that he's Darren Beadman on Lonhro. We're looking forward to that, but today he was doing the real thing, adding to his great record of late by winning on Dilly Dally, and Danny is with John Letts.
Yes, and I was just saying to Dan, how would you like every race to pan out like that? Dan, with the statement you made to me after the race was?
I just controlled the race. She was never ever going to get beat. She's pulled up a little bit proper here.
She has too, Dan, hasn't she?
You know, she's a very good filly, this filly. She's a bit better than this class, and there's a good future if they can sort of keep her right in her action.
Dan, she loves the Strathare, doesn't she?
She does. She's been here a couple of times and saluted both times. And she's a very honest filly. It's like she's raced very well against the colts in the Ascot Vale. It's only my second ride on her and won 2 out of 2 for her, so I think she's a very nice filly. She feels as though she'll get 1,400 to a mile too.
And that's a little bit of a worry. She looks a little bit hoppy there in front.
Yeah, she's a little bit funny before the race. They've had problems with her shoeing. And I gave her a good warm-up, but she's pulled up a little bit ordinary compared to how she trotted out going to the barriers.
Hopefully everything's okay, Dan.
I think she'll be okay.
Okay, congratulations.
Thanks, Johnny.
And no doubt trainer Leon McDonald will be casting an eye over the filly when she comes back, but it was an authoritative win, Leon.
Was, Pete. It was a super win, really. Her form here had been really good. She went to the 1,400 at Caulfield and maybe found it a touch far. We decided to fresh her up and go back to the 1,200, and it's paid dividends.
You go back through the Ascot Vale form, and she was going to be pretty hard to toss in this.
Yeah, if she ran up to the Ascot Vale, she had to win probably.
Is there another race on the carnival for her?
Oh, look, there's plenty of races. Whether we go to the 3-year-old fillies company or whether we take on the open sprinters with no weight on our back, we'll just work that out.
And finally, I've got to ask you about later in the day, the old marvel, Umrum. What a super effort at Caulfield. What can he do today?
Oh, look, he'll run well. He always runs well. I mean, it's very hard, a horse like him. He's completely sound and he enjoys racing.
And we enjoy watching him. Leon, well done with Dilly Dally.
Thanks, Peter.
Just a half a second outside the record there. Before too long, ran the record last year. She's in later today. Rubiton, the sire of Dilly Dally, won the Cox Plate in 1987. But let's hope she's okay, because she's a bit of good stuff, isn't she, that Adelaide filly?
No doubt about that. She's top class, Bruce. She'll win better races.